Hey Flosstube. It has been a hot minute since I filmed. As you well know, my ring light broke right before filming my last video. I ordered another one and it arrived missing pieces, so I sent that back and ordered this one. I did a lot of reading and it seems that having the phone inside the ring light, like it does, gives for a better picture, but guess what it also does? This. I can't tilt it as much to reduce the glasses glare. And if I take them off, yeah, I can't see you. I mean, I can, but it's questionable at best. So we're just gonna see how this works. Maybe I can sit back and just do my best to reduce that glare as much as I can. But I have a lot to talk about. I'm working from home today. It's my lunch, so I thought, this new ring light came, let's knock out a video. Here's everything I have to chat about. This is my Flosstube basket that stays over near my stitching spot, and I know when it's full, I've waited too long. Okay, let's just dive in. First thing I have is stored in this lovely bag. This is my Modern Folk Embroidery 2024 sale, which I have not done the March portion for. I'm a little behind. I'm thinking after my birthday next week, I'm going to pull it out again. Or maybe I'll just make myself do 2 sections in April. I don't want to get behind. So if I don't do the March in March, I'll do 2 sections in April. So this is what it looks like. I am doing mine in Classic Colorworks. Oh, I got all bent. Classic Colorworks Black Coffee and Polywog, which is kind of a nice, marshy, moody vibe. Doing it on a piece of Seraphim Fabrics Chai. And this is where we're at. This is January and February complete. I love this piece. I just think it is so lovely. Pretty great. So that's that. I'm hoping to keep up with it. I'm hoping to see this as a finish this year. We'll see. We shall see. Getting it down in here, blah, blah, blah. That was my stomach. If you guys can hear that, it's lunchtime. So I just had some cereal as a quick lunch so I could do this. And yeah, my stomach's like, what are you doing? Let's put that down there. There's some really wonderful people out there. And I'm gonna leave it. Oh no, I'm not gonna leave it at that. There's some wonderful people out there. As you guys know, a lot's been going on with Buster. If you haven't seen my recent videos, prior to the last video, he had like a double surgery. We had his thyroid removed just because he had developed hyperthyroidism. He had lost a lot of weight. Shoving a pill down his throat twice a day just wasn't a great option for him. He already gets a pill every other day. He doesn't love it. So short-term pain for long-term length of life and like quality of life, we removed the thyroid. At the same time, he had developed on his right side a mass that we thought was a reaction to vaccines that he receives yearly, but then it grew a lot all of a sudden right before the surgery, and the vet agreed we need to take that out. So if you've seen pictures on my Instagram, you saw the last one. I'm not sure where he is right now. He was just up here with me, but then he ate a little food and is probably retired somewhere for a nap. But so they removed that giant mass. They had a giant incision from his spine to his belly, and it was a malignant sarcoma. The issue was, if you've ever had anything removed, whether it be a mole or a tumor, you know that the laboratory tests the margins of what they remove to see if it's all clear of cancer cells or if it's not all clear of cancer cells. His was not all clear. So, I mean, honestly, it's just a cross your fingers, wait and see. Is it never going to come back, or will it come back? So we're just waiting. He has at the end of the day today, he has a checkup with the vet again, because he just wanted to be really, really on top of it and personally check that area to see if he can feel anything regrowing. I haven't felt anything, so let's hope. But in sharing all of that news, and you guys knowing how attached we are to Buster and how stressful this has been for us and how worried we have been, a couple of you just sent kindness my way. One person was sweet, sweet Colleen Lloyd. She sent me the Mirabilia pattern that I wanted so badly to start. And the only thing keeping me from starting it is I've got to get the DMC, and I've got to get, I've ordered a piece of linen for it. She also sent me the bead pack for it. And then she sent me 2 other patterns too, just because she's just that incredibly kind. Another Mirabilia that I had on my wish list on 123 Stitch that I've always loved. And then she knows I love to stitch a big house. So Colleen sent me this pink house sampler from Plum Street Samplers. So beautiful. Colleen, I've already told you thank you, but thank you. Another kind stitcher who, what I received in my email was anonymous. So if you're watching this, thank you. Sent me a gift certificate to 123 Stitch. I haven't used it yet because, like, you want to make sure that, like, I don't know, you're always more careful spending somebody else's money than you are your own. So I'm making sure that I'm getting something really great with it, but it's definitely going to be the DMC for Blackbird. So whoever you are, thank you. That was so incredibly kind. Another thing that I worked on, I pulled out what I had started for Lauren, New Hampshire Stitchers back to school. So that is Jane Moore by the Scarlet Letter. Show you that. And she is a big girl. Let's see, she is 300 by 404. Started her with the DMC on a limited edition piece of Color and Cotton. I really just wanted more progress on her. I was hoping to get all the way across the top border, but it just didn't happen. But I'm close. So that's where we are. Really is a beautiful sampler. So pretty. It's got some nice vivid colors to it. And just DMC. I love stitching with DMC. It pulls through so smoothly. You can cut it into like the perfect lengths. It's pretty great. It's pretty great. And then it is in this perfectly matched Starry Owl Stitchery bag that I got from Tara. You can find her on Etsy. Let's see, in the floor. I'm just pulling this out in the order it's in. I usually separate things a little bit better. Actually, I'll leave that till last. Look at me, changing plans in the middle. I'm not showing you that yet. I'm going to pull out and show you. I started with another stitcher, Jane Atkinson. I started Jane Atkinson. So I wanted a leap day start. I decided it was going to be Jane. She's beautiful. I've loved her for ages. I'm going to change the verse. It is, of course, a religious verse. I'm not sure what I'm going to put in there yet. I'm leaning towards something that will probably not be popular at all. It might even lose me a few followers, but I'm a big, you know, I'm not religious, but I also really enjoy the writings of atheist Richard Dawkins, and his books have just really changed my life, and I might put a quote from him in it. I know that probably won't go over well with a lot of people, but his work has been very meaningful to me, and I would like to see something that he wrote in my stitching. So this is where I am so far. This is a piece of Seraphim Tobias, which is a beautiful medium warm brown mottled. Pull it back so you can kind of see what it's going to look like. It's beautiful. It is so beautiful. And again, I'm doing this with DMC. Let's see. So pretty. Show you the DMC colors all together. They're so pretty. They're so pretty. I think I bought this bag on a D-stash. It matches pretty well. It's not a perfect match, but it matches pretty well. I had it already. This. I pulled out for Dark 13, and also March 13th of this year was the 4-year anniversary since the world shut down. So I pulled out Pandemic by Long Dog Samplers. For those of you that were stitching in 2020, you know that when the world shut down, they released this for a limited time for free. So a lot of people started it. I being one of those people. I am torn on it at the moment. I am not loving it. And it may get put away in timeout for a while. And I don't feel bad because I'm only a page in. I'm doing mine on a piece of Lakeside Linen Vintage Sand Dune with Color and Cotton Dark Truffle. I couldn't remember if it was dark or black truffle. So it's kind of like a deep purple. I'm just not loving it. And I have way too many things to work on to be working on something where I'm like, do I even like this? So this is, it's gonna go in timeout. And if I continue to feel that way about it, I'll repurpose that thread for something else or put it in a D-stash. And it just is what it is. And it is okay to do that. If you have something and you're like, I just don't know if I like this anymore, put it to the side. Repurpose or sell your materials and just call it a day. It's perfectly fine. This is something that the Disorderly Stitcher, and you can find her on Flosstube and on Instagram. I had said that this was being released at Market. It was previously released, I want to say Hobby House released this. Don't quote me on that. But anyway, now it's widely released. And it is Ann Kirby by Needlework Press. And I had said, I already have this where I bought it previously. If anybody wants to start it with me, let's do it. So let's take it out of this. So this is Ann Kirby. It is so beautiful. The house and the peacock, my favorite parts. We've decided we're going to start this on tax day in the US or April 15th. I am starting it on this piece of Coloring Cotton Beethoven with all of the called for classic color works. I loved it so much when I got it. I kitted it up. It's ready to go with a bag, just waiting on April 15th. So feel free to join us. It's going to be the Ann Kirby 1845 Sal. So jump in there with us April 15th. I am cruising through stuff today. I guess because I'm on my lunch break, I feel like I'm in a hurry. I received the Threads of History Club #2. In my last video, I was like, did this come out? It feels like it's time for it to come out, if not a while ago. Well, it came. This is Mary Napier Sampler 1832 by The Wishing Thorn. This light is extra glary. It's really nice. Came with a very dark fabric. I know I heard Brenda and Laura discuss that a lot of people aren't sure about the super dark fabric. I think I like it. I think I like it. It does have a religious statement on it. I would take that out, put something else in the little little bordered area. But yeah, it's a nice sampler. Market haul. I always buy a couple of things from Market every year, 2 to 4 things, and then I'm like, that's it, cut yourself off. I had to buy Grayscale. I mean, this was the star of Market. So this one has these wonderful griffins and cats. We've all seen it at this point. I believe, where did it go? Yes. So one of the colors that is called for in this, maybe more than one, but at least Classic Colorworks Misty Mauve is one of the new colors that they put out at Market. So I bought the new color pack and it's going with this. I'm not going to kit this up right yet. I'm not ready to start this anytime soon. I have it. So there's that. I bought Teresa Kogut's Needleworker's Oath. I'm a big fan of this one. She's so cute. They're big booty. I bought 2 from the Artsy Housewife. This is Geraldine's Flowers. That bear. This is what I'm going to kit up immediately. In fact, I think with that gift certificate, I'm going to buy the overdyed threads for this that I don't have. I love this, and I feel like it would be a quicker stitch. It's only 99 by 133 stitches. It's so my aesthetic. Love it. Mellow Yellow by the Artsy Housewife. Other things that entered my home this month are my March 2024 Coloring Cotton Thread Club. Very beautiful colors. In fact, if I really wanted to do some substituting, I could probably pull some of those for this. I also received my very first, I had signed up because I saw so many people with such beautiful fabrics from her. And Jim had bought me Not Another Reproduction, I have hair on my lip. Not Another Reproduction, which is one of her fabrics for Christmas. And I actually got to feel one of her fabrics and see it in person for the first time. And I was like, that's it. I know she has openings in her club. And I joined Brandy or the Stitch Me's Fabric of the Month. Let's take it out of this bag. I believe this is the February color. It doesn't say on here, but this is Vanilla Latte. It's kind of a yellowish hue. It reminds me of a slightly more mottled Lakeside Buttercream. Very pretty. I'm excited to be in their club and see what other great neutrals will come my way. And maybe, like, I need more fabric stash, but I could use some smaller pieces. I don't need it. I want it. I want it. We know how that goes. Another gift that I received, and sweet Ellen Reed, I know she had to have bought this for me even before Buster's surgery, but it arrived on a good day. I had posted towards the beginning of the year that this antique piece was on eBay, and I just thought it was so cool and weird, and that somebody should buy it and save it. Well, she did buy it and save it, and then she mailed it to me. She says that she has officially named this "And the Acid Kicked In." I've looked online, and apparently I think that this was... There's a whole bunch of them that aren't exact replicas, but they all are the same image in different colors, different backgrounds. If you know any more about it than me, I don't know. I don't know. It's really beautiful. So my plan, you can see where it's got this nylon thread that it had been laced into whatever it was originally in. I'm going to pull off all of this nylon thread, give it a good ironing, and take it to be framed. Thank you, Ellen. It was an incredible act of kindness. You're a sweet, sweet sister wife. Look at that deer's eyes. Right? Right? That's weird, right? In fact, her message to me when I thanked her for it, she said, "You're weird and you deserve weird things." Thanks. I am consistently over 10,000 followers. I announced in my last video that I had hit 10,000. It hasn't dipped below. It's holding steady. So I'm going to officially do a 10,000 followers giveaway. So that giveaway will include... one of these is mine. I'm going to put... as I dig around, I plan on putting Blackbird in this bag, but I noticed that Joanna 1966 had 2 of these bags, so I bought 2, and my 10,000 follower giveaway winner is going to get one of these bags. What is also going to go into this bag is just some various things that will be a surprise. Will probably be a pair of new embroidery scissors in here, and just other various things, maybe some charts that I previously finished that are going to get tucked in here. Another thing that I have decided is going to be a part of this giveaway is this. So I'm pulling it out. This is a chart that I started as one of my 40 starts in the year of my 40th birthday. I'm not going to say what the thing that happened was that caused this to be a project that I just associated a bad memory with, but we all know that can happen with projects. You start it or you're stitching on it when something really bad happens, and you just connect that memory with that piece, and you just don't want to work on it. In fact, if it left your house and you never saw it again, that would be okay. That's this piece. But I want to turn it into something positive as a part of my 10K celebration, and for somebody else to be excited that they got something that has my stitching on it, maybe. Because I did start this. The only thing that you would have to do, this is Seeking Refuge by the Scarlet House. If you don't have this and you have wanted to stitch it, it will be a part of this giveaway. I had started it on a piece of 36 count coloring cotton light brown sugar, and this is how far I was. You would just have to unpick my initials. I've already done some of the over one for you. You're welcome. So I do this 2 over 2 on 36 count, and I have all of the threads here that are coming with it. There are a couple of skeins of 310 in here. I guess it calls for that as well. Yes. So there's 310 in here. It says it calls for 2. Yeah. This is coming your way. Although it looks like maybe I substituted black coffee for the 310. So you're getting both. This is coming your way. This bag and lots of random goodies. I'm ready for Seeking Refuge to leave my home. You get a beautiful, beautiful muted springtime bag to take you into this lovely season if you're Northern Hemisphere. And that's going to be that. There'll just be one winner. And if you are interested in entering this giveaway, I will draw a winner before my next video. We know how I am. It's not really a scheduled thing, but it will be sometime in April. Use the word patchwork, one word, like this patchwork bag. So disorganized today. Like the patchwork bag, just use the word patchwork in a comment. Don't say giveaway, don't say prize, any of that things that will just kind of lead a troll to this, because I want it to be someone who is a genuine follower, who enjoys stitching. And yeah, I'll ship it anywhere. Just comment down below. What am I into recently? I have started through the pushing of a couple of my coworkers, the show with Amy Schumer on Hulu called Life and Beth. And it has some occasional vulgarities, so if that's not your thing, don't watch it. But it is quite an interesting show. Jim has deemed it, he watched the first season with me, an Emily show, and says I can watch season 2 by myself. But I like it. I've been enjoying it. I'm rewatching on Prime Video right now. I always have something that I've seen a million times that I rewatch just for comfort TV. I'm rewatching again. I've seen this show so many times. The Middle, which is just a 30-minute sitcom that ran for forever. So there's so many seasons of it. I am addicted at the moment to Starburst candies. Amazon probably thinks I'm feeding a small army with Starburst, but it just is what it is. That and Malamar cookies. And I had one local grocery store that sold Malamar cookies, and now I think they stopped. So I'm irritated. But you can buy those on Amazon as well. But I feel ridiculous getting cookies, like one box of cookies shipped to my house. Apparently they're really, really popular, like in the New York State city area, but across the rest of the country, they're not as popular. I love them. I love them. I discovered them when I was living in Los Angeles. Like the little Gelson's Market near my house carried Malamar cookies, and I got some, and I've been addicted ever since. It's just like cookie, it's like a s'mores cookie. So good. Work is crazy. It is what it is. I'm going to finish this up. I'll edit it later this evening, and then I'm going to do some grant proposal tweaking. It's not fun. But, you know, it's necessary. It's how we get paid. There was something else I wanted to tell you guys. Oh, I want to show you some plants. Yeah, we're going to pause and I'll grab some plants. Okay. I went and gathered up 3 that have really been speaking to me lately. So I got really, and I think the winter does it, but I got really like down on my plants and not loving them as much, and then thinking that I really needed to downsize and even put my IKEA greenhouse cabinet up for sale on Facebook Marketplace. Well, it didn't sell because it's a hard item to move. So now I'm rethinking keeping it and maybe filling it back up with plants. I don't know. But I'm going to show you the plants I'm really into right now. This one, I think I saved. It had spider mites. And I would treat it and they would come back. And I would treat it and they would come back. So then I just got really, really serious about consistently treating it to kill the entire life cycle. And now I think I've saved it. This is a philodendron summer glory. You can tell it's a hybrid plant. I forget what they've combined, but let me turn it this way. Maybe you can see. It kind of crawls a little. I should probably put it in a bigger pot at this point, but you know, it's doing its thing. I gave it a little support. But they call it a summer glory because the new leaves come out this golder color, kind of a reddish gold, and then they turn green. It's just a lovely plant. It's so pretty. And then the backs stay this kind of reddish color. It's happy. I moved it and it's living out on my sun porch. Where are you gonna go? This one lives out on my sun porch and just lives its best life out there. I bought this one online years ago. And like, uh-oh. Nope, not what I thought it was. I thought that was a mealybug, and it's just like a scar, a little speckledy scar on the leaf. This is a Hoya. This is a Hoya Crinkle 8. I think I've shown it before. You can buy these on Etsy usually, small. I bought this one on Etsy, and like you can see how far back I have to go now to show you how big it's gotten. It was very, very small. And now it's very, very happy. Can you tell which way it faces on the shelf? I mean, just look how happy and beautiful it is. Although this one has never bloomed for me. I keep hoping maybe this will be the year. But like, I don't even see any peduncles forming. Although out on my sunroom right now, I have 3 Hoyas getting ready to bloom in March. My Crimson Princess, my Hoya Chelsea, and then the one whose name I can't remember right now. They're all getting ready to bloom. Like, they're just so happy. So I'll give this one some water before I take it back out. And maybe it'll be happier. This is one that I wanted and wanted and wanted. And then, because it was way overpriced, and I finally got it at a decent price at a local specialty nursery. It needs some water as well. And this is a philodendron bilietier. Has these very, very long, elongated, sword-like. When I first got it, it just had these little leaves at the bottom. And I put it under a grow light in my cabinet, and it just said, I like this. But it has these long, sword-like leaves, kind of crinkly, and it's also known for having these orange petioles. I really dig this guy. It's an unusual plant. And I just like it. There's actually 2 plants in here, so it's constantly trying to put out like 2 new leaves at a time. So there's one. There's another piece of new growth coming in. I know this is, if you're not a plant person, this is incredibly boring, but I just love them so much. So yes, this is the Philodendron Billietier, or a Billy. That's it. Those are the plants I'm really excited about right now. I have the one that lives on my coffee table right here that I can show to you as well. It stays in my little coffee table tray as my plant feature on my coffee table. And it's just happy as a lark. Although this type of plant does tend to get like brown tips if you're not on top of the watering. I just watered it the other day. It's doing its best. I have a friend who has one of these, and I go to her house now and it's just a stem sticking up. She's like, I don't know what I did. So I'm just thankful that mine is still happy and that it's not just a stem. So yeah, that's it. I will report on my Instagram later how Buster's checkup follow-up appointment goes. Enter into the giveaway should you want the bag and all the goodies. Just patchwork in a comment. I'll draw next time. Thank you everyone for all of your kind words, thinking about Buster, thinking about me, supporting me and Jim and Dharma. And it really means a lot. I joined and started doing Flosstube because I wanted to have interaction with like-minded people who loved the same thing that I do. Cross stitch as their passion, but I never expected to find the community of support that I found. Speaking of a community of support, I wanted to share, I always forget to share like Flosstubers that I really love. So I decided before I filmed this today that I was going to share the 4 Flosstubers right now who regularly post, or quasi-regularly, who are either just somebody, they're all people where when I see a video from them has been uploaded, I'm like, I'm watching that. Because we know, we have our subscriptions and we go through and we're like, not today, maybe later. And then there are those people where you're like, you see that there's a new video from them and you're like, watch now. These 4 fit into that category. First one I've mentioned many, many times before, and that's Lauren, the New Hampshire Stitcher. If you're not watching her, I watch her. She's so great. She has such a soothing voice, and the things that she stitches, I'm very interested in, very similar. She also shares my passion of baby raccoons, so I might spam her with baby raccoon videos on Instagram. Lauren, if only you knew how many I don't send you. So go watch Lauren, the New Hampshire Stitcher. Next up would be Jordan, the Tattooed Stitcher. I just enjoy her videos so much. We don't necessarily stitch the same kind of things, and that's okay. But if you are somebody who is passionate about cross stitch and you have an aesthetic, like your background and stuff that I'm into, if your voice is soothing, if you just have a great personality, I'm watching your videos. So Jordan is one of those. I really enjoy her videos, and she just seems like such a kind soul, and I'm always into another tattooed stitcher. So next up are a couple who are newer to me, but I'm definitely really into. The first one is Elizabeth Savory, and she goes by Savory Sewing. I think like her name might actually be Elizabeth Savory on YouTube. Look her up. She's great. Again, we don't always stitch the same kind of things, but I knew when I first turned on her video, and you can see like her craft room set up behind her, and there was an Alexis from Schitt's Creek sticker on one of the boxes. And I thought, yeah, I'm gonna like you. We're gonna have a similar personality vibe. So if Schitt's Creek and like a more liberal vibe is kind of your thing, go check out Elizabeth. And that's Savory Sewing. She has a great vibe. The last one is one who she just posted a new video. She's a really newer Flosstuber. Her name is Kylene. I think that I'm saying that correctly. And she's CCL Stitches. And CCL stands for Crazy Cat Lady. So obviously I was on board just from that. And Kylene, I don't think that you and Ellen Reed follow each other. And Ellen, I need you to listen up too. I believe that you two are long lost relatives, separated, because you remind me so much of each other in just your quirky, hilarious personalities. I would love to put the two of you in a room together and just see what happens. I think that would be very enjoyable. So that's CCL Stitches, that's Kylene. And Kylene, you need to go follow Ellen Reed, who does videos and designs. She's Maximum Cross Stitch. So yeah. Or her personal account on Instagram is Elpoo is here. Yeah. You two need to connect. That needs to happen. That's all I've got. Me and my plants are going to go back to where we belong in our sunny locations or underneath our grow lights, which is where this guy goes. And I will see you next time. Bye.